This is the Parseval, a Tier 7 German aircraft carrier. That's right, you heard right. German aircraft carriers are now in World of Warships Legends. And while the Parseval did not really exist, it is inspired in the game here by the Graf Zeppelin, which did exist and was 85% complete, though it never saw service. So with that, let's take a look at the ship setup and the commander. You can see it's not set up yet. I will select. It is Hans Geisler. You can see I have him ranked up to 16.2. .2 is a legendary rank, which we'll get to later, but his base trait is Barrage. Speeds up the reload of your ship's secondary guns. As for inspirations, I have Ernest King to improve the ship's AA armament range, and Tamon Yamaguchi to increase the ship's AA armament damage. So between these two, I'm getting the most out of my AA. I may change those later, but for now, this is what I have. As for skills, I have Swatting at Flies. It increases the damage of your carrier's AA armament. The second skill is One-Way Ticket. It increases the torpedo damage. The third skill is Hidden Threat. It improves the concealment and maximum HP of your torpedo bombers. This is the health of the squadron, not damage that is inflicted by the torpedoes themselves. The fourth skill is Heavy Consequences. It increases the damage and armor penetration of your plane's armor-piercing bombs. The legendary skill, I have them ranked up to Legendary 2. I selected Corkscrew. It increases the penetration of your armor-piercing shells and bombs. I am looking for an increase in the armor penetration here with this skill. Okay, so let's take a look at the upgrades. For the first upgrade, I'm going to select Flight Control Mod 2. It decreases the aircraft preparation time by 15%. I want as many aircraft on deck as quick as possible. So I will select that. For the second upgrade, it's either Secondary Battery or Air Groups Mod 2. I'm going to go with the Secondary Battery. The third upgrade is the Concealment System Mod 1. Reduces the detectability range by 10% and increases the fire dispersion by 5%. Secondary battery reload time is already pretty quick. I've sort of checked this out. The AA guns I'm hoping is adequately covered with the inspirations. I don't really care about a 5% increase in aircraft speed, but the return speed and the health of the dive bombers and torpedo bombers is kind of important, so I'm going to select this. So now we're going to take a look at the aircraft upgrades. You can see the default aircraft on the carrier are biplanes. Let's take a look at their stats real quick. You can see for the armor-piercing bombers, the attack unit size is 3 and the aircraft on deck is 15 already. That's pretty good for the default aircraft. The torpedo bombers, though, the attack unit size is 2 and the aircraft on deck is 12. We will be looking to increase that. So let's configure the aircraft. Messerschmitt Bf-110 for the torpedo planes. Hit points is increased by 116 up to 3190. Maximum speed is increased up to 189 knots. Attack unit size is increased to 3, which is what we want to see. Aircraft restoration time is down to 68 seconds. There are now 15 aircraft on deck. There's an increase of 3 by getting this upgrade. Okay, so now you can see instead of biplanes, you have the Messerschmitts here. Let's do the same thing for the armor-piercing bombers. Here you can see the hit points for the squadron increases up to 4056. Maximum speed goes up to 189 knots. Restoration time increases 9 seconds, and maximum bomb damage is increased 824 points up to 7828. So let's go ahead and set that up. And now you can see all the aircraft on deck are the Messerschmitts. They're not biplanes like you start out with. Alright, so let's do the final default upgrade, which is the August Parseval Hull B. 1400 hit points is the increase by getting this upgrade, and the rudder shift time is decreased 5.2 seconds down to 13. So let's take a look at the consumables. Each squadron has 3 consumables: engine cooling, patrol fighters, and evasive maneuver. The engine cooling allows you to use the engine boost without risk of overheating the engine. The duration is 10 seconds and the reload time is 80 seconds. There are 3 consumables per squadron. The next consumable is patrol fighters. They patrol the area and automatically attack enemy aircraft. The consumable duration is 60 seconds, reload time is 10 seconds, and there are 3 consumables on each squadron. The last consumable is evasive maneuver. The squadron becomes invulnerable to damage for a short period of time. Consumable duration is 6 seconds, reload time is 150 seconds, and there are 2 consumables per squadron. And here we have the normal auto consumables, the damage control party, and the fighter auto consumable. I don't have any boosters or camouflage at this point. Let's take a look at the stats. For survivability, there are 51,400 hit points. The armor is 9 to 100 millimeters. Let's take a look at the aircraft. As we saw, the torpedo bombers and dive bombers are Messerschmitt Bf-110s. For the torpedo bombers, the squadron hit points is 3190, maximum speed is 189 knots, attack unit size is 3, 6 aircraft per squadron, 15 aircraft on deck, restoration time is 68 seconds, maximum torpedo damage is 6405, torpedo speed is 59 knots, which is pretty fast, and the torpedo range is 3 kilometers. As for the dive bombers, the squadron hit points is 4,056, maximum speed is 189 knots, the attack unit size is 3, aircraft per squadron is 6, 15 aircraft on deck, aircraft restoration time is 65 seconds, maximum bomb damage is 7828. Let's look at the artillery. Secondary armament is 105 millimeter DOPS. Firing range is 5.4 kilometers. Reload time is 3.2 seconds, which is, I believe, the best out of any of the aircraft carriers. The HE shells are 1,200 hit points for the damage and fire setting chance of 5%. That might compound and add up pretty quick when the reload time is 3.2 seconds. We'll have to see how that works out if some enemy ships get close. Here are your AA defensive numbers. For maneuverability, the maximum speed is 31.8 knots, which is great. Rudder shift time is 13 seconds. Concealment, detectability range by sea is 9.8 kilometers. Range by air is 9 kilometers. That would probably get lower a little bit if I added camouflage. Let's look at the armor. The armor is pretty thin. There's some yellow down here at the bottom. Let's remove all the armor and take a look at the Citadel. You can see the Citadel is kind of below the water. It does look like it's a little bit lightly armored with some green in there. You can see there was yellow elsewhere in the armor. Overall, really the bottom line is you don't want to get caught and get hit, especially by cruisers and battleships. You might take out a destroyer with your secondaries, but bottom line, don't get hit. Don't get spotted. As far as the overview goes, AP bombs, aircraft with armor-piercing bombs. Fast aircraft, aircraft with above average speed. Precise bombs, aircraft with high precision bombs. So I'll be looking to get some accurate bomb hits when I take this out. Parseval, a draft designed for a large high-speed aircraft carrier based on the Graf Zeppelin class of carriers, but equipped with diesel propulsion plant and a different combination of armaments. Year of design was 1942, and it was just a draft design, so there were no ships in the class. I do believe some of the secondary armaments and the layout of the ship here does kind of match the Graf Zeppelin. So the ship is definitely inspired by the Graf Zeppelin. Okay, well, we're done setting up the ship and the commander. Let's take the ship out into a battle and see if we can get some highlights. Okay, so we're in standard, we're in estuary. I am just going to go out here and get a feel for the armor-piercing bombers and torpedo bombers, and not really expecting to get a high score. I'm just kind of looking to get a feel for the airplanes and their performance and see what the differences are between the Tier 3 Rhine and a Tier 5 Weisser. Alright, so I'm going to take off in the armor-piercing dive bombers. And here you can see these airplanes have 2 engines on them. Maybe that's why they're 189 knots. But we are just going to push up here and try to spot for our team. I'm not going to move my aircraft carrier until I see some of the red team closing in on me. There's a battleship, a couple battleships. I'm just going to come over here and take some shots at them. I'll take a dive bomb run at the Vanguard. Alright, that was one Citadel hit. That was pretty good. But my entire squadron got wiped out. That is bad. Alright, we're going to take off again. Still don't see the red team closing in, so I'm going to keep my aircraft carrier where it's at. And I'm going to go right ahead for that Vanguard and try to get some more Citadel hits. You see these aircraft are pretty fast. The aiming pepper is sort of behind the aircraft, it seems like. So the faster aircraft does take some time to get used to. At least for me it does. Okay, so I'm going to hit the engine coolant. The invulnerability didn't really help on that last attack. I got wiped out pretty quick. Alright, so here we go. Another Citadel hit. That's good. Gonna come back around on the Vanguard again. And yeah, not really sure about that. Maybe I need to go back into configuration and give my squadron a little bit more health. You know, there were some options that we looked at when we were setting up the ship, and even the commander, to give your squadrons more health. Maybe you need to revisit that. But we're going to go back out here and take another run on the Vanguard over here. I'm going to release the fighter patrol. Maybe that'll help my planes. That looked pretty good. Nothing. Wow. Right, maybe I can get another attack. There's the invulnerability. 6 seconds. Wow. I gotta think that that fighter blew up within 5 seconds. So I'm not really sure about this invulnerability thing. Or the evasive maneuver consumable. You're supposed to be invulnerable for 6 seconds. Alright, this battleship is starting to get kind of close. But not close enough for me to move. I'm going to hit the engine cooler. And I am going to take a dive or a torpedo run at this guy. Alright, 5 kilometers away. I'm going to start the run. Looks pretty good. Alright, let's see if we get some hits. Looks like 3 hits. Big time. Alright, well, this is looking okay. 33,000 in damage. Let's see if we get a couple more hits. These torpedoes are pretty fast. Looks like we're going to get at least one. There you go. I'm going to go back to the armor-piercing bombs. I'm going to go over to A where that battleship is. You can see I'm out of the evasive maneuver consumable. I'm going to hit the engine cooler. Our team is losing. This is not good. But there are a lot of battleships here, so this is kind of good to try out the bombs. Gotta release the fighter patrol again. Maybe they'll take some heat from the AA. There's one hit, obviously hoping for more than that. Try to take another run. Boy, this is unbelievable the way these planes get taken out after the first run. We'll try the torpedoes. We'll try this invulnerability thing a little bit more. Okay, I'm going to hit the engine cooler. This Vanguard, I think it is, doesn't really look like he's moving. You can see a wake on the back. Yeah, he's moving. Yeah, that kind of looks like 3 hits right there, big time. Oh yeah. Alright, very good. Oh no. Ugh. Alright, we have 8 more torpedo bombers, so we're going to go ahead and go. And this guy is looking a little bit thin, but he still has quite a bit of health. Looks like some good targets though, so he's not really doing very many evasive maneuvers. Are we going to get any hits? Only one hit. Alright, so we're starting to get hit over here, so it's time to move the aircraft carrier. Hopefully the AA configuration is going to take care of most of that attack. That is why we configured the commander that way. So we'll go over here and take a run on the Vanguard. Looks like he's going to beach himself. That's good. Those look good. I was hoping for more than one Citadel hit there. We'll come back around. Maybe we can get another run. Excellent. That is awesome. Didn't really expect that.
Fighter airborne.
Okay, maybe we will get a good score here on this match. We are losing though, so I don't really expect to win the match, but this kind of outlines the performance of these torpedo bombers and the AP bombs. Right, back to the AP bombs. Since the torpedoes were coming in that direction, I'm going to relocate. Okay, I'm going to come back over here and try to get this Geese now. Maybe I can get another kill. That looked like that was going to be lined up a lot better than what it actually was.
You are the last hope.
The last hope, oh boy. Alright, well I'm going to hope to get some torpedo hits and sort of increase my damage score. It would be pretty good. Especially on this demo run. I really didn't expect this kind of performance after the armor-piercing bombs got nerfed, but there you go. No. Okay, well, that was a good match. 325,000 credits overall, 87,989 damage, 12 torpedo hits, 8 bomb hits, 13 shot down, 1 destroyed ship, 4 Citadels. All in all, an okay match. Just kind of demonstrates a little bit about the torpedo bombers and the armor-piercing dive bombers, and I don't know, I still think things are looking up for the German aircraft carriers. That battle was recorded on July 5, 2021, the day of the balance change for the Parseval, where the armor-piercing bomb damage was reduced, and a lot of people were saying that the ship got nerfed, and while the damage was reduced, I thought it was pretty effective still. I had never played the Parseval before, so I have no idea what the armor-piercing bomb damage was beforehand, but I thought it was pretty darn effective. It was so effective that I got this message after the match from the Vanguard player, and all I can say is it's nice to meet a new fan, and I hope you enjoy the video. This is the Jaguar, and I'll see you on the high seas. Thanks for watching, and subscribe if you like it. Excellent. That is awesome. Didn't really expect that.